Hello, here is the news at this hour from Tstv. I am Olaide Amosu. Here are some major headlines. Oyo cancels curfew as nightclubs operators get warning. Federal government bars Air France, KLM, others approves 14 airlines. And on the foreign scene, Africa to get 220 million COVID-19 vaccine doses. And in sports, ODRIOZOLA leaves BAYERN Munich, returns to Real Madrid. Now the news in details. The Oyo State COVID-19 Task Force has on Thursday cancelled the 10 p.m. curfew imposed on the state in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Chairman of the task force, Governor Seyi Makinde, in a statement said the cancellation followed a series of review by the task force. Speaking through his chief press secretary, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, says the governor warned operators of nightclubs to desist from accommodating persons in closed areas within their premises. He added that an advisory will be sent to nightclubs owners by the Emergency Operations Center (EOC) arm of the task force, which will warn operators not to allow guests into their enclosed areas. However, the CPS added that similar warning has been issued to residents to continue to follow the Own Your Action initiative of the state's COVID-19 task force, noting that the governor has also approved the conversion of the Awe Isolation Center to a Level 3 primary healthcare center, directing that the facility should be decontaminated and handed over to the Hospital Management Board. The senator representing Oyo North Senatorial District in the Senate, Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari, has on Thursday empowered constituents with different items that are worth millions of naira. The items distributed were 20 salon cars, 270 motorcycles, 600 grinding machines, 250 sewing machines, 100 laptops, 80 deep freezers, 100 backpack sprayer and chemicals for farmers. Others also included cash support for widows, elders, most vulnerable, selected youths and selected communities for development. While speaking, the chairman, Senate Committee on Land Transport, said his vision is deeply rooted in creating and promoting a quality representation through responsive leadership, display and accessible dividends of democracy to his constituents. He also spoke on the long-time yearnings for a federal tertiary institution in the Okeogun area of Oyo State, adding that it is gradually yielding an encouraging outcome as the bill has passed through public hearing and awaits committee's report for passage by the Senate. The Presidential Task Force has finally moved the national response to the COVID-19 pandemic into the third phase of the eased lockdown, after 3 extensions of the second phase. Its chairman and secretary to the government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who stated this, also announced the extension of the lifespan of the task force till December ending by President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaking on Thursday during the PTF's news briefing at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, the secretary to the government of the Federation said the third phase of the eased lockdown would be sustained till a time when the epidemic is sufficiently controlled, noting that Nigeria's economy was not fully ready for reopening. He, however, said the objective of the extension was to sustain a robust multi-sectorial national response and to ensure that the nation successfully navigate the community spread stage of the pandemic, adding that the body would keep engaging with states and local governments to improve community sensitization on the response and maintaining the current non-pharmaceutical interventions nationwide. The federal government has released a list of 9 airlines granted approval to commence international flights in Nigeria. Speaking at a briefing of the Presidential Task Force on Thursday, the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, confirmed that September 5th as the date for the resumption flights, backing an earlier statement issued by the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. He added that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and Murtala Muhammed International Airport will be opened up for operations. The minister noted that Air France, KLM, Etihad, Rwanda Air, Air Namibia, Royal Air, Maroc, Lufthansa, TAAG Angola Airlines were all denied approval to commence flight operations. Also, Cabo Verde and South African Airlines were denied approval as international flights were yet to resume in their countries. while the Middle East airline, British Airways, Delta, Qatar, Ethiopian Airlines, Emirates Airlines, Air Peace, Virgin Atlantic, ASKI Airlines, Africa Worldwide Airways, Air Côte d'Ivoire, Kenya Airways, Egypt Air, and Turkish Airlines were all granted approval to resume. However, Zurika has tasked the passengers to take responsibility and observe all COVID-19 protocols laid down by the PTF, promising to sanction errant passengers and the airlines involved. Moving on to the foreign scene, the World Health Organization has announced that once the COVID-19 vaccine is approved, Africa will get at least 220 million initial doses. The first batch will prioritize frontline healthcare workers and vulnerable groups, according to the World Health Organization African Program Area Manager Richard Mihigo, who stated that distribution will be based on the population of each country. Mr. Mihigo said all 54 countries had expressed interest in the COVID-19 vaccine, which Africa has a population of more than 1.3 billion people. However, the global vaccine initiative called COVAX intends to help purchase and fairly distribute 2 billion doses of approved vaccines by the end of 2021. 2 of the vaccine candidates are currently being tested in Africa, according to the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations boss, Richard Hatchett. The authorities in Rwanda's capital, Kigali, have announced that people will be fined $10 at £7.50 for not wearing face masks in public or not wearing them properly. The same fine will also be imposed for violating the 2 meters at 6 feet social distancing rule in public or ignoring the nighttime curfew, as well as organizers of parties and other illegal gatherings could be fined up to $200 and those who attend $25. These latest measures to curb the spread of coronavirus have led to a backlash on Twitter. Rwanda has so far reported more than 4,200 COVID-19 and 17 fatalities and is the only country in sub-Saharan Africa whose residents are allowed to enter the European Schengen zone. Also the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to impose a total lockdown after confirming its first cases. Moving on to the exciting world of sports, after the departure of Felipe Coutinho, Alvaro ODRIOZOLA is set to be the next one to leave Bayern Munich. The club confirmed on Thursday that the defender has returned to Real Madrid following the end of his loan spell. ODRIOZOLA, who was recruited, is said to have made only 5 appearances for the German club, 3 in the Bundesliga, 1 in the German Cup, and another one in the UEFA Champions League. However, on Tuesday, Bayern Munich had also announced the departure of Coutinho, who returned to FC Barcelona, while the club is set to make a decision regarding the future of Ivan Perisic, who was on loan from Inter Milan. Ex-Super Eagles players Austin Eguavoen, Mutiu Adepoju and Ike Shunromu have applauded the Nigeria Football Federation for organizing friendly games against Ivory Coast and Tunisia for the Super Eagles. NFF President Amaju Pinnick announced on Wednesday that the Eagles would file out against the Elephants on October 9th, before facing the Carthage Eagles 4 days later, with both games taking place in Austria. Adepoju told newsmen that it's been long the Eagles were engaged due to the pandemic, so it's a good development that they play such quality teams before our upcoming qualifiers. And Eguavoen has, however, expressed delight at Eagles' return to action. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Oyo cancels curfew as nightclubs operators get warning. Federal government bars Air France, KLM, others, and approves 14 airlines. Africa to get 220 million COVID-19 vaccine doses. And in sports, ODRIOZOLA leaves Bayern Munich, returns to Real Madrid. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Mobola Badikale, and I am Olaide Amosu. Good day, and thank you for watching.